Hello, good day, my SC viewers. If you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Mr. Chinedu, we have seen a surprise issue in Nigeria, talking about Igbos refusing to join Nigerian army. We have seen the military personnel or the military personnel moving from state to state in the southern part of the country and some parts of South, pleading with the youths, talking to the traditional rulers, religious leaders, to speak to the youth, to please come and embrace and join Nigerian army and give career in
Nigerian army for Nigeria army people. As simple as that. Leave Nigeria army for Nigerian army people, so that you will not come back and say, they are the one that planned the coup. They are the one that did this. Why are you begging them? They say they are not interested, and they have their reason why they are not interested. They have already been elected that they should not join the Nigerian military. When Mazin Namdekan was talking about the issue of Fulani in Nigeria, how many of them believed it? They feel that it's not necessary, it does not matter, it is not true, it's not connected to truth, there's no form of truth anywhere, any day. But gradually, Nigerians are witnessing, Fulanization and Islamization, politically, militarily, with not only that, with conquest agenda attached to it. Let me give you an example. I keep on asking the ourselves, who are about 66 million in population in the north. Then the Fulanis about 13 million population. Look at the margin, look at the difference. Then how come 13 million is dominating 66 million? And for what we gathered, these 13 million people were not indigenous people of the north. So what they are looking at, is another way to, corner or pretend to be in relationship with the Easterners and lure them into the military and kill them. That's the plan. That's the plan. We saw it. If it's not their plan, how can you be killing somebody with ordinary flag? How can you invade somebody in the Kano's house and wipe 28 people, and you are saying those people should come and those people you will kill, wake them up, let them come and join the Nigerian military? But you can clearly see some military personnel of Igbo extraction, including their brothers. This is an atmosphere of reality. Igbos understand their own style of warfare. The Biafrans knows what they mean, what their style of warfare when it comes to engaging the enemy. They know what to do. This is not a moment of shoot me and shoot you. War has gone beyond shoot me and shoot you. We are talking about technology. We are talking about innovation. Let them go, and those who kept Nigeria under siege, under bondage, Yorubas and Hausas, they should look for military and let them go and join the military and rescue Nigeria. What I'm saying is let me bring question. What I'm saying is that this particular recruitment exercise, 200 is allotted to 200 positions is allotted to Enugu, for instance. In Kano also, they already have about 3,000 people who have applied. In Enugu, they have not gotten up to 100 applications. They cannot, if they like, let them be 1 million. They can never conquer their front land when it comes to, real armed struggle. No, what I'm saying is, we are saying, yes, we are not interested. I've told you the reason why we are not interested. We are not interested. They have already made us not to be non-Nigerians. They have labeled us non-Nigerians. They have made us to be able to understand clearly our position in this geographical territory. And we understand it. We took it with both hands. We struggled. But no, Nigeria doesn't need pity, because Nigeria never pitied an Igbo man. I can tell you. So whatever sacrifice the Igbos have done in the past for Nigeria, please let it be on the record. Maybe only Igbo get to Nigeria. Other people. So they are slot. Who they leave it for? And they should give it to Yorubas and Hausas, because that's those that are taking their slot already. They should. But is it not a blessing to them? They should multiply it so that all of them will join together and move ahead. As simple as that. The spirit of Igbos has left Nigeria for decades now, and they must understand that. Nigeria, but you know why what we say we don't need, we're not joining any protest, we're not part of any this thing, we're not anything they do. Let them themselves, even if Peter Obi become president today, bro, we are not interested in this entity called Nigeria. Even if Peter Obi's presidency, I'm telling you, unless the world refuses to recognize Biafra, I'm telling you the honest truth, and that's the truth. Everything is being targeted on Igbo man, if there is sabotage Igbo, if there is misappropriation Igbo, if there is hate Igbo, everything is factored out. And I can't be part of the continued conspiracy of pretending not to know the truth because you feel that Chabunana, why are you bringing Igbo factor into the Nigerian military? Chabunana again Nigeria.
Are you not seeing a better Nigeria in P2B's presidency?
What?
Are you not seeing a better Nigeria in P2B's presidency?
But even if it's not for 8 years, we'll come back to square one. So what is it? After P2B presidency, what happens? I'm asking you now. After P2B presidency, then what happened? Then we are back to square one.
You will abuse your legacy.
No, yeah, we are back to square one.
They will abuse your legacy.
They will come with their agenda and smash it. We'll go back to square one.
Now, Mr.
Michael,
let me take you to the angle of your brother talking about Joe Buku. He have said it clearly, though this is a close ally of Tinubu when it comes to political. He said the marginalization of Igbos comes with consequence. Surprisingly, this is coming from Joe Buku, a close ally of Tinubu, telling Tinubu.
All these people don't leave them alone. I don't care about Joe Buku. Unfortunately, I don't know whether he has been denied of any appointment. Why? So
would that be the reason?
160 degrees Newton. Unfortunately, that's Joe Buku for you. You can decide to throw another line tomorrow. You might not know. But if he has aligned himself with the reality, that he even said it under Bola Ahmed Tinubu's appointment, the Igbos are still experiencing extreme marginalization.
What does that speak for to the presidency of Tinubu?
I don't know whether there's any presidency called the presidency of Tinubu. I don't think there's any president in Nigeria. I don't think there's any president in Nigeria. I want to take a look at Aisha Yusuf saying that Nigeria has no president. And you can see it. Look at the issue of drugs. Look at a lot of things are involved.
If I may ask you, what does it mean for the image of Nigerian government?
Okay, the Hausas and the Yorubas have never for one day. We know that they don't. Okay, do you know how many years he served on that? For him to come out and say my Igbo marginalization has a consequence, he should be able to know. They are together working. They are together. They are the ones that should provide the military themselves. Go and beg Northerners, Hausas and Yoruba youth to join the Nigerian military. They should leave Igbo completely out of it.
So Joe Buku should bring his children to feed Igbo slots.
Is Joe Buku not at the moment? I don't understand the embarrassment of this question.
No, the way you are pushing Joe Buku out of. I said this is
a man.
He's not your brother.
If it's my brother, come on. I should allow him to take it. But even if Joe Buku is a lost sheep, but the fact is still remains. He's an Igbo man. And he knows. Why would he be saying that Joe Buku should go and feed that swine?
No, I'm asking a question. I'm only asking a question because you didn't want to speak about Joe Buku. I've told you, unfortunately for Joe Buku, that maybe they didn't give him any appointment, and that's why he's looking at that, saying that out of the Tinubu's appointment, the Igbos are still being extremely marginalized. These are some things we have known how many years ago, and it's ongoing. Even when it becomes an Igbo man's turn, you can see what Tinubu said. They came out because the Northerners, the Fulanis, aligned with the agenda. They should go and do their thing the way they like. They came out and said they had structure. They are the one that own it, even when they know the reality. So what does that tell you? It's a clear message that what is happening in Nigeria is being powered and supported by Bola Ahmed Tinubu in alignment with the Fulanis. Are you saying Joe Buku like a prodigal son? And if he's a prodigal son, who came back to the father?
Bro, they might not understand. I've met Joe Buku one-on-one.
I understand he's your brother.
Yes, I've met him. I don't know. You don't need to say you. I don't know you understand he's my brother. By his name, you should know. I don't want to know where he comes from. He's another brother man. You understand? But I've had interactions with him some time ago, many years ago, and I can tell you, his position and what he does. These are people Bola Ahmed Tinubu picked from the scratch and made them what they are, and they don't feel like moving out from that quarters, from that space where they felt that it was the quarters that made them. That's the orientation. As simple as that. Likewise, every other person. You saw Red Mockery championing drug protest in London against Tinubu. Where is him now? Bola Daniel, a spokesperson to Atiku. What happened?
So you can see.
So maybe that's why it's stomach infrastructure.
No, that is the same thing I'm telling you now. You see, not the same thing I'm talking about Yoruba too. You understand? But if you have said that anyway, it tells you that the gang up is still ongoing. But let me tell you, any day they realize that the Igbos were not conquered in Nigeria, maybe they will start to have a rethink. That's the fact.
I think I must say very good thank you for that.
If you like, don't say thank you.
But that does not take away the fact that we are trying to look at how to come about referendum if Adenana Kalo is left out of the room.
My brother, let me tell you, see, I can tell you that somebody was just saying it, but it's not the Northerners, Hausas. Hausa does not, is the Fulani, or whatever they call themselves. I've given you the statistics now. In the south, but the issue of the political zone is because of crude oil. The issue that came about with endorsement of is because of crude oil. But we don't need the Northerners to tell us. We don't need the federal government of Nigeria to tell us. What we are seeking is solidarity with the international community and world leaders to recognize Biafra as a nation. As simple as that. That's what we need. France is out of it completely. So once we get that recognition, that's what we're seeking, and that's why you are seeing so much diplomatic relationship, going out at the international space. Biafra popularity growing on daily basis, spreading. We have already conducted the referendum, and the only thing we can do is that to extend referendum to Ambazonia and some part of Middle Belt, and the deal is done. That's as simple as that. And no inch of Biafra land will be ceded to anybody at the end of the day. That's the fact, and that's the reality. So there's no need of Nigerian Igbo youth joining Nigerian army. It's a waste of time, and they are not professional. They are not well equipped. Everything is just ordered by the Fulani. So it's another way of trying to make sure that the Igbo youths are being killed and pretend that they join army. It's unfortunate. We are wiser than what they think at this point in time.
Now, lastly, what is your message for military personnel who are of Igbo extraction, top military personnel for that matter, who are in the midst of the Igbos, trying to plead with them to join
our guy? If you look at what we have, everywhere is Yoruba now.
This country belongs to all of us, and the federal government, the presidency, must act fast, because time is going from north, west, northeast, north central, southwest, southeast, south. There is general insecurity, and this is being prepared by herdsmen. I want to repeat again, I have made it a petition to the presidency and to all security agencies before, that if they want peace, Mayetiala must be arrested. These are people who have owned up. They have taken responsibility that they have killed, they maimed, they rape, and do all sorts of atrocities. And yet their leadership is in Abuja, and nobody is confronting them. And until these people are arrested, when I talk, I was being castigated. I was being vilified. Nothing bad that was not said against me. I am this and that. But the reality is here. It is not just happening to Benue State today. It is happening to the entire country. Why is the federal government being silent about this Fulani men? When will the federal government come out and criticize and arrest herdsmen carrying AK-47? When are they going to do that? Are we second citizens in this country? What gives Fulani man superior to any other person, to a thief man? I am not their slave. A Benue man is not a slave to any Fulani man in this country. And so federal government must do this. At a point in time, the federal government came out with a policy through the police that even those with license, den guns, double barrel and pump action should surrender to police. How many times have the presidency come out to condemn that Fulani men are carrying AK-47 all over the place? This is not correct. We stand for justice, equity, and fairness. Whatever is happening to a Fulani man should also happen to any other person. That was why I called the federal government to license me and many others to have guns, to have AK-47 too. Because if I have my AK-47, a Fulani man is coming there, he knows that I have, and he has. Then we can fight each other. But you can't disarm me and arm a Fulani man. This is the point. So this is not right. The federal government is biased, is unfair. The failure in security is caused by federal government. This question of arresting those who oppose to Fulani men. I also heard about the press statement issued by the presidency when the governor of Ondo issued a 7-day ultimatum that the Fulani should leave the forest. The presidency came out swiftly and said that it is wrong for him to say that. But when people are killed in Benue, killed in Ondo, killed in Ekiti, killed in Taraba, killed in Jigawa, killed in Zamfara, killed in all these places by these herdsmen, and they come out, there is one Fulani social cultural organization called FUNA, who came out and claimed responsibility and said that they are going to do more. They will mobilize Fulanis from all over the place to come and take over Nigeria, that it is their ancestral land. Presidency did not say anything. But they quickly ordered the arrest of an activist who stood up to speak and to work against his people. What else will you do? When you see your people being killed, you see your people's farm being razed down, being eaten up by herdsmen, what else will you do as a patriotic person of that community? What else will you do? It's just the same thing. The World Terrorist Index have described Fulani as the 4th terrorist group in the world. But up to today, they have not cared, the federal government have not cared to declare herdsmen as terrorist organization. And they have gone further to form Mieti Allah, Cattle Hore, Mieti Allah, Cattle Breeders, Mieti Allah, this one, Funam, that one. And federal government is romancing with them. And federal government comes out to defend them anything time something happens to them. But when they cause pains in the lives of other people, federal government will keep quiet. Federal government have gone ahead to ban iPod. Why can't they ban? What did iPod do that they went ahead and banned them? This one that Fulanis are taking over everywhere under the watch of the presidency, and they're not saying anything. What is the meaning of that? What are they trying to say? When you talk, they will come after you. Some people are afraid in this country to talk because if they come, EFCC will come after them. ICPC will come after them. Security agencies will come after them. They did that to me. And I went to court against them and I won. They did that to me. They tried to impeach me. But by the grace of God, I survived. So these are the issues. So why do you need to go and talk about that man must be arrested? How about the Fulani men that killed people, remove people's eyes, give people gradual killing? Have you made any attempt to arrest them? All these things are all over the place on social media.
Because a lot of people are watching, mothers are watching, grandmothers are watching in the villages. People who out of cowardice and self-hate think that Nigeria somehow can be won. But all of you know that Nigeria is an Islamic country. I'm sure you're aware of that. All of you also understand the intentions of the Fulani. Oh, if you want the presidency, you have to work for it. Tinubu, you must work for it. How is Tinubu working for it? You must condemn anybody who comes out to speak against our people in your forest. That's what they are doing. Some of you don't understand it, but we do. Some of you do not understand what is happening, but we do. And that is why we are here to tell you. The real terrorists in Asarok, they have dropped them, and now presidency is telling you, you cannot touch them. But these are people killing people in Yoruba forest. No, you cannot touch them. A whole presidency.
to tell you that every Fulani man is in on this. Their foot soldiers are Mietiala. Have you all forgotten that they gave Mietiala 100 billion? Have you all forgotten? No, typical Nigerian nigger. Have you all forgotten? So you've forgotten that this so-called presidency, Garba Shehu, gave Mietiala 100 billion to come down to the south to give peanuts to useless monarchs and traditional rulers.